And my interest in the court here is that we've been following the Hobby Lobby case along with several others in the same the same categories. My keen interest here is in First Amendment protections, the Constitution. That's where I have an interest both in work and it's to listen to the reading of the opinion in Hobby Lobby, and have a personal interest in that because I do a lot of this same work in religious freedom for the diocese and here in Washington, and that's my interest. Oh, I think absolutely it's embedded in the First Amendment, and throughout the course of the history of the country there's been relentless challenges to that. I think controlling speech and controlling ideas is a sort of a human impulse, and so we try to maybe challenge or amend or bridge the speech of those who we disagree with, and particularly in the area of religion, I think, because religion challenges us to the core of who we are and how we behave and what we think. So I think we have to be very vigilant and committed to protecting those freedoms that are embedded in the First Amendment. I think that was part of the genius of the founding of the country, and of course it's the envy of a lot of the world because we protect so carefully both religion and speech. So they both come together in a case like this, and that's where my personal interest is. Sure. Well, the church acts in many respects as a kind of corporate conscience, and so will make the appeal to the proper jurisdictions, whether a court or whether a legislature or whether the executive branch, to always keep a focus on moral and ethical dimensions of law and policy. Law has a moral and ethical component to it, to be sure. It's not just about sanctions and punishments. It's about instructing us what's good, what's in the common good, the interest of the common good. So in that respect, I think the church has a very prominent role. One of the reasons why Moses and the Ten Commandments is in the court here and in the Capitol, and the President is sworn in on the Bible, as are most judges. So religion is present and has been throughout the course of the nation. There are proper boundaries, of course. We certainly don't advocate for a state religion, state church, but a recognition of religion's role. I think that's very important. I think, again, what we have in the course of the history of this country, in particular the history of the world, but the history of the country, is that religion plays a very, very important role in our social structures. And as a kind of corporate conscience, coming back to a reflection on the good, on the moral, on the ethical. So therefore I think the court has to very carefully protect that role of religion in society and respect it, because there are limitations on the court too. The court's not all powerful. The court is a servant in society. So I think the court also has to respect its own boundaries and therefore give deference to the institutions that precede the court, and religion most certainly does.